My name's Lisa Stacy. My background, once again, if you haven't seen any of my kiln openings yet, hairdresser for 32 years, real estate for 9, now I'm a potter, still doing real estate. Anyways, mostly pottery. I'm going to start off today, and I'm so glad you joined me. So, first of all, thank you for watching, and keep watching. I know getting through this beginning of all these videos, everybody talking and blabbering, I kind of speed ahead too. So if you do, that's okay. Speed ahead. Don't just leave. Okay, stick around. I'm going to show you some before and befores right now, and then we'll do the afters later because it'll be another video. My daughter found and showed it to me, and they were called fire pumpkins, and you put them in your campfire or your fire pit or whatever. It can be the gas kind, or a real one with wood, whatever. So you make them real thick. I'm gonna do them with I made them with heavily grogged clay, and they're little pumpkins. They're campfire pumpkins. So I'm just gonna show them real quick. Here's one. Heavily grogged clay. This is earthenware red plus, heavily grogged. Made them really thick. Cutie, right? I just made them all have different faces and different shapes. Just throw real slow if you're going to throw with this heavily grogged clay, because it could like slice your fingers, so pay attention to how your hands are feeling. So I used kind of a lot of water, but careful not to, and lots of compression as I went to make sure I didn't get it too soupy. Isn't she cute? She's a cutie. Look at her little button nose. 2 more. I'm here in Missouri, in Independence, right in the middle of the whole United States, basically. So people here have lots of campfires, bonfires even. So probably they do it everywhere, but anyways, those are the befores. They haven't even been bisque fired yet. I might try doing a single fire sometime on these guys because I don't put any glaze on them, but they will fire a really pretty deep reddish brown, so they'll be cute, just plain. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to pause you for a second. My kiln is 194 degrees, and I could only find one of my heat gloves. I don't know, probably one of my grandkids walked off with it. So anyway, just a second, I'm going to open this lid and we'll get started. I did take a peek at the top shelf because, I can't wait. But anyway, here we go. Let's open it up. Here we go. Woo-wee. If it was winter, that'd feel good. We're having a little hot heat snap here. Anyway, this is a reproduction plate. I do have a towel. I guess I can help. Reproduction, mid-century, mid-18th, 19th century earthenware plate. I did put a lot of silica. I put it in the wax resist on the bottom to help it move around. And it really seems to work really well. So there's that. I'm not very good at decorating in 18th century or mid-19th century style. I guess I'll get better over time. But there's that. She also made her brother a refrigerator magnet. A dinosaur. Isn't he cute? She used a cookie cutter. She rolled it out. Rather thin, but I put some stuff on there so he'd stay flat. Anyways, Triceratops. Isn't he cute? Okay, I'm getting back. This is probably going to get challenging because only one glove, but I'll do my best. Yeah, too hot. Anyways, mixing bowl. Louisiana Bayou here. And Bayou and pearl white around the rim, and it kind of, isn't that cute? Okay, keep going here. Is the birch, Cordovan, and I did like a 1/2 inch band at the top of amaryllis. Alright, let me see if I can find, there's a top that goes on this. And it made it through. This is a butterbell. Amaryllis, birch, Cordovan, birch and Cordovan. Look at that. Sorry. Huh. It's really cute. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to delete some videos. That was my hubby. His little appearance. He found my other glove. I looked everywhere and it was in plain sight in my pottery studio. Instead of bringing it over here to the kiln room, I took it to the pottery studio side. Yeah. Anyways, so back to this. Let's go back. So, birch, Cordovan, lots of heavy coats, graduated. I've got them thicker up here. I don't remember how many. I'll put it on the screen later. And amaryllis, and about a 1/2 inch here, and on top of the lid. It didn't turn real pink, but it just made it blush. Kind of a nice, soft, super soft, you know, autumny pink. And then inside is curry. I put quite a few coats, so it really float. Actually, you know what? I didn't. I put like 2 good, healthy coats, and it did a nice, pretty float. Anyway, these were a commission spoon rests. This is the dark brown engobe, and on the rim, and then I have iron luster 2 coats, and then rose quartz 2 coats on this on Terre Blanc clay. Everything in here pretty much is Terre Blanc. If it's the darker clay, it's Kansas wheat. Pretty much all of it. I have 2 of these. She ordered 2. So, you know, sometimes when you're throwing and you have something flub up and you don't want to give it up, so you rip off what's there and whatever's stuck on the wheel. Anyway, I just had one of those days where I was just like, you know, you're going to be something. So, this cute little dish. My daughter glazed this, so I'm going to have to ask her what that is. I have no idea, but it's really pretty. And definitely on the edge is probably winter wood. And I think she put the dark timber, black timber, Mako, I forget. I keep calling it the wrong thing. Something timber on the inside right there. Anyways. Cute, cute, cute little dish. I got 2 of these. Inside is obsidian on both of these. And then the outside, I have a die cut machine, and I have these little cats, die cuts, and I paint them on, I put like a plastic wrap, and I put them on there, and I paint, you know, the glaze on them, and then I stick them on here, and get them wet with water, kind of like you're doing an underglaze transfer, basically, and then I paint on, and then I do it like, kind of like a resist too, you know, like a paper resist. Kind of 2 effects in one. Anyways, and then that is Himalayan salt all around there. It's really cute. Here comes my daughter, but she's probably not going to come over here. Looks like she got a, is that Scooters? Ay, where's mine? Anyway. Really cute. obsidian. Yeah, I put 2 coats of obsidian, and then 3 coats of, what's that one I just got? I've been like putting off buying it for the last 2 years because I didn't want it, but I just couldn't help myself by trying it. Oh my gosh, what is it called? That new one I got. She's gonna go get it. I can't believe it. Y'all probably know what it is without me telling you. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's gonna drive you crazy. No, it's not Cordovan. It's the other one. Smoky Merlot. That's what that is. Alright, I'm going to have to do a little bit of grinding on this sucker. On the top, because it was too, I hope it doesn't look terrible, because it really melted up. I don't know. This is a mushroom. Looking garlic keeper. And what'd you put on here? Ginger. How many gingers? 3 gingers, 2 Himalayan salts, and then river birch on the top 1/2 edge, and of course on the top edge of that. Alright, my granddaughter made this tiny little itty bitty thing. Of course it's food again. It's a donut. And then this is just like a little charm for like a necklace. Anyway. And then, anyways, granddaughter made this too. This is a mushroom I did. I think it has indigo rain on top, winter day on there, and I don't remember what I put on the stem because it's been a minute since I did that. But it's pretty. No idea either. I can't remember. Some of this stuff I glazed a while back. Weeks ago, so I'll just put it on the screen because I did document it. So if I don't shout out what the stuff is, then I'll be putting it on the screen. If I guess and get it wrong, I'll put it on the screen. This is a milk pitcher. Let's look at this again because it's so pretty. Very pretty. These are, I made a bunch of these little trays to put a tea light in, and I just did a little pinch pop because I love the organic-ish little shape. I could have thrown a bunch of little perfect-ish little ones on the wheel, but you know, the whole little ghost is made by hand. So, pumpkin on the inside, coyote pumpkin on all of these. And then I did different combinations of, I think satin, alabaster satin coyote, and then I put some dribble drops of some different stuff. And I don't exactly remember what I did on all of them because I made them all different. But anyway, you'll put your tea light in here. You can do the, battery operated one or a real one. And then, boom. And here is another one. I think this one's got like Himalayan salt on him. Her maybe. She has like eyelashes. And this one's probably got like some river birch, or maybe it's winter wood, and some Louisiana bayou on the very tip top. Can you imagine a little candle flickering in there? Wouldn't that be cute? Pumpkin. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's cenote on top of maybe, or it's celadon bloom, maybe. I also have these little buttons I made, these big buttons. These are real cool on handmade projects. Quilted like bags, or knitted items. And I don't know what I put on him because I did this like 3.5 weeks ago. But he is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I think maybe I put ivy and then gunmetal green and then some little splotches of copper wash. Running out of room already. Christmas tree luminary. There's the little hole. Put your candle in, or you can put those little mini LED lights all up in there. I'm pretty sure I put like 3 heavy coats of holly green, and then I did some, I think I take a picture anyways, or documented it. But I definitely know I went around and around and with some light flux and made some splotches, but they all just kind of ran. And anyway, I fired to a cone 5, put the slow cool, and I forgot to put witness cones in this one because this was a challenge to load this time. Okay, underglaze transfers. Let's talk about that for a second. You know, you do things and you got all these little pieces left over, weird shaped hot ones and whatnot. So we just took all the scraps, or I did, and I put them all over this pumpkin and fit them in like a patchwork quilt. There it is, super cutie pie. This is an oil bottle, and I think I put ginger on the bottom, and fog maybe on the top, and then I took light flux and splotched it all around, so you know, so it looked like the sky. And I did the same thing I did with the cats, you know, the die cut machine, and then I put it on the saran wrap, put the glaze on it, and then I got it, laid it on here, and then got it wet with the sponge, kind of like an underglaze transfer. So trees and a deer. Of course, I put wax resist on there before I fired it, so hopefully it didn't run too much and ruin my design, and it did pretty good. Looks great. I have a itty bitty plucked spot, so I can grind this around and save it, I think. So this goes with these spoon rests. Dark brown on-go on the handle, 3 coats of, or maybe it's 2 coats of iron luster, and then 2 coats of rose quartz, and then another 3rd one just from here to here. Oil bottle. And this one, like I said, was a commission, so. Oh my gosh, a lot of these others, I mean, they pert near ran off. Opulence, butterscotch opulence, and this is Mars red iron coyote. And I don't know if you can see the crystal, like the tiny little crystals, the sparkles, like, it's gorgeous. Anyway, this is going in my reproduction type line, you know, for Missouri Town for the fall festival. Let's get back at it. It's 102 degrees, so I'm going to see if I can touch it. We'll see. Some of these I refired because there was a few little patchy spots. So you saw this one the last one, but just in case you didn't, I put some more clear on it because I just put one really thin coat because there was a few patches that just felt a little rough. So anyway, my daughter painted that watercolor style. This is Celadon Bloom and Shipwreck. Under Glaze Transfers, Himalayan Salt, and Obsidian. I love Himalayan Salt. It's really a pretty glaze. 3 coats of that. To put wax resist all around these pumpkins. Because Himalayan Salt can like move. It doesn't really get super drippy, but it moves. Anyways, it's cute. This is another one, but in case you missed it in the last one, I just redid it because, again, it was a little patchy spots that felt kind of, so I put one more thin coat, and it did good. The pearl white moved a little bit more, of course, but yeah. Put some more clear on that guy, because we've got a few kinks. Celadon Bloom and Ancient Copper. And then where they meet, I put Light Flux. That's on Kansas wheat. I got some beautiful crystals. It's hard to see, probably. I can't remember what I put on here. This is Ancient Copper, and I think I put River Birch, and then I put Amaryllis. If that's not right, I'll put it on the screen. But it's really pretty. This is the Birch and Cordovan, and then I put Archie's Base, and then I put on top of I put 1 coat of Archie's Base, and then I put Rhubarb. So I wanted to make it, you know, have a little life. Because there's pretty fall flowers that still have some pinks, but then there's all this real fall looking stuff. And I wanted to combine those 2 looks. So, anyways. I put it real thick on the top edge, so see it dribbled onto the inside. That's the rhubarb. This little guy had birch on it, and I don't know, albany slip brown and then birch over the top or something, and then whatever. And I put 2 coats. It was ugly. This little pot needed a little pizzazz. So we put 2 coats of Smoky Merlot over that, and that's what we got. So this guy's been fired twice. Granddaughter made this, I don't know what she put on here, but she's really good. She put like little dots. I don't, it's trying to focus on me. She puts a color in for the eyes, and a yellow, like butter me up for the beak, and then I think she used cafe au lait on the head. Probably stick a magnet on there and it's going to stick on the fridge. Kind of like, I don't know. I am not 100% on this one. I'll put it on the screen. I don't know. Definitely, by the looks of this, it's got smoky Merlot, possibly. And I don't know, but it's really pretty. Maybe that's Cinnabar. I don't know. Anyway, I love it. Nice and fall looking, but at the same time, not brown. This was in the last one, but in case you missed it, a whole spot got missed here of the Celadon Bloom. So I put one more thin coat of Celadon Bloom everywhere, 2 coats here, and then I put one more thin coat of Shipwreck, just in case it decided to wash out. So anyway, so it pretty much looks the same as the first time, except for fix the little raw, raw clay spot on the handle. This is Winter Wood, and your guess is as good as mine. Look, maybe it's Shipwreck, I think. So fall with a splash of color. Very nice, very nice. And I am not 100% sure, but I think this is just fog. I think there was maybe supposed to be something else on here, and maybe not. My daughter glazed this one, but I'm pretty sure this is just fog. So it just looks like a nice foggy day. Playscapes cream pretty much on all the liners on all my mugs. Again, Japan Craft. Our underglaze transfer, clear over the top, zinc-free clear, and satin, alabaster, coyotes, inside and out. Very pretty. This one, I looked this up. I'm pretty sure I did a real unusual combination here. Hold on. Let me look it up. Just a second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I did ivy. So I did 3 coats of ivy. 1 all over the whole thing, 2, and then 3. And then I put muddy waters all over the whole thing, but the 3rd coat, this only has like 2 coats of muddy waters down here, and then 3, the 3rd one is from here up. So, muddy waters and ivy. And I wasn't sure because I was like, okay, I'm just going to really think outside the box here. Because I didn't, I don't know, I really like muddy waters, but then at the same time I hate it. Because my bottle doesn't seem to have very many crystals in it. But Bracker's, where I get most of my glaze and my clay, they have now the crystals that you can buy in every color and whatever. And so I'm going to go buy some more blue crystals, and I'm going to load my sucker up, well, within reason. But still, this turned out really, really pretty. It looks like fall, but at the same time, not just brown. I really like this. It turned out gorgeous. These last 2 are refires because I couldn't deal with it. I was going to try to sell it, and I was like, we don't have very many days for fall. So I put 1 coat of Coyote Pumpkin over the top, and now I just have a few little bits of that pink that was in there in the last video. So anyhow, and actually this handle got a little bit richer. I like it. Again, cone 5, slow cool. Probably got a good 5.5. So this is a really cute pumpkin mug. Like it a lot. Again, a refire, because this was like blue, a grayish muddy blue, and it was ugly. So we put a couple coats of pumpkin on top of this, and I like him a lot better. He's going to be cute with the candle inside. Really cute. Alright, my favorite? I don't know. I have a lot this time. They're all great. I just can't even. I think maybe this one. Pretty sure, like I said, ivy, and then gunmetal gray with little dots of chrome wash. So, we've come to the end, and this video, hopefully it won't be too long. I'm gonna edit it, and while I'm talking, I'm just gonna hold up different ones. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments down here. You know, don't be shy. Talk to me. Give me a shout. Smoky Merlot, new to me. I love it. Please like. Please subscribe. Leave me some comments. Maybe even share. I do have a buy me a coffee thing if you want to support my glaze addiction. You don't have to. I'm just, you know, doing all the things because I love all the content that other creators are making. And I want to join in on that because the more creativity you share, it sparks creativity in others. And so not only do you spark something in someone else, it changes as well. So they'll take your idea or your odd combination of something and they'll try it. Maybe it won't turn out the same for them. And maybe they know that going in. So, like this is on Terre Blanc. Maybe it's your clay body. Maybe it's your kiln. Whatever. You know, so let's just keep sharing. Let's keep liking each other's stuff. Let's support each other's channels. I really want to create things that you all might like and like to see. And maybe sometimes it might be ugly because it's reproduction, historical inspired reproduction things, but there's a need for it. So I'm just going to show it all. I love you guys because this community seems to be so friendly and everybody's so kind. And in a world where there's so much turmoil, let's just share this happiness of this clay and these glazes, that minerals that come from the earth, you know, that develop into these beautiful colors that our Lord gave us. So, God bless you all, and I'll see you again soon. And, oh yeah, come to Missouri Town. Fall Arts and Crafts Festival. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. And I want you to come see me. Stop by my booth. It's 2 days, first weekend in October. Yes, come see me at Missouri Town. Just come see me. Say hi. Say I saw you on YouTube. And just pick them up and touch them and say hi. Anyway, okay, that's enough. Gonna see you later. I've got some more to do. Got more glazing to do and a few more bisque fires before the first weekend in October. So, again, I'm going to try to say goodbye. Talk to you later. Then, hi, yeah. Starting off is the worst. No, never know what to say, so I'm trying. Here I go. Maybe this will make the blooper thing if I can figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out.